Hello everybody, and thank you for clicking on the video. I'm here again in a beautiful state forest in Pennsylvania. Gonna do a quick fall camping trip here with my dog Stella. As you can see, we found this nice little spot here next to this little creek. So we got a little bit of water. There's not a lot of water there, but enough for us for tonight. Got this little opening here. And so I'm going to go ahead and build a shelter. I actually didn't bring a tent or anything tonight. All I brought is a couple tarps and some paracord. So I'm going to get that set up here. It's a little bit late, so I'm gonna just kind of jump right into it. And yeah, stay tuned for all that. So it should be a good night. It's a beautiful fall day. The colors are pretty much peak in the woods right now, so this is the ideal time. And the temperature also is pretty nice. So looking forward to tonight. It should be a good, peaceful night, hopefully. And yeah, let's get started here. Go. All right, so Stella approves of our spot we found here. Hey Stella, come here. What you doing, crazy? All right. So hello everybody, thanks for clicking on the video. Me and Stella are here in a state forest in western Pennsylvania. It is in October. It is like prime fall colors right now. This is probably, like I said, peak weekend right now for fall colors. Lots of beautiful leaves in the woods right now, especially the maple trees. They're all my favorite this time of year. But yeah, we're here with my friend Stella. Gonna do a real basic shelter here tonight. Let me show you what we got. So basically, I got these two tarps right here, and then a bunch of paracord. And so I'm going to try to set up a shelter here that me and Stella are gonna sleep in tonight. Get a little fire going. Brought a couple stakes, so should be a good time all around. The first order of business, of course, is going to be untangling this mess of paracord. And then eventually what I want to do is I want to put it between these two trees right here. So got a tree right here and a tree right here. The way I'm thinking it is the paracord will go across the two trees here, and then I'll use my bigger tarp as a shelter, and then put the bottom one on the ground. Yeah, should be a good night. Should be fun. Stella's been running around like crazy ever since we got here, so she is definitely a happy dog, and she'll be even happier when I give her that steak later tonight. So stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching the video and clicking on it. And yeah, let's get started setting up the shelter. But first things first, I got to untangle this paracord, so let's do that. All right, so we got our paracord all untangled here, and we're gonna go. It should be just long enough for the two trees, so let's get started here with this one. Walk around. Must be about, not sure, maybe about eye length or eye height, I mean. All right, so that's good there. Yeah, I really want it to be loose now so I can put the actual tarp on it here in a minute. I'll show you how to do that. So we may actually have to loosen this even a little bit, but we'll see. These trees are just wide enough for me to do this, so I had to tie that a little bit closer to the tree. So we may have to adjust it, we'll see. But for now, this is good. So we'll get started here with the tarp. Running so many microphones here, I gotta turn it all off. It's a lot of work doing this. All right, so we're gonna want to put this diagonally. So we're gonna do, where's Stella? There she is. Come back here. I'm very happy that it's not super windy today. This is a lot more difficult in the heavy wind because this tarp wants to go everywhere. So yeah, I think you want to do 2 tabs usually. So get it started here. So that is the first tab here. And this is the second one. There. first here, and the second one here on my right hand. So yeah, let me show you these toggles here. I found a stick. Where did I put that? Here it is. So yeah, pretty much super easy for a toggle. Just take the stick, break it in half, and then see if I can get you a closer view of it here. So like I said, this is the second, this one right here is the second little loop that you got on the tarp from the corner. So this is the corner, it has one here, and there's two right here. So this is the second one. And so basically what you want to do is it's just a little loop. You basically just want to get the paracord through the loop, and then you want to shove one of these sticks through there. So real easy. That's why you want to keep this main line here loose, right? So it's like this. You probably can't see it, but I'll show you here in a minute once I get it here. And then you shove the stick through, and then what that does is it attaches the loop to this cord, but it also lets you move it back and forth. So we're gonna do the same thing here. Oh, look at that, my thing just broke. So do the same thing here. All right, that's the corner, and that's the first tab. This is the first tab past the corner, and this is the second tab past the corner. And so we're just gonna do the same thing there, same process. Put the paracord through the loop, and then put this stick through that. So we're gonna do that now, and we're gonna try to fix this because that just broke. And like I said, that's very convenient because now it is attached to the line securely, the main line for the paracord there, and I can move it back and forth, so I can tighten it, can loosen it. It's all pretty easy. Yeah, you can see here's the base of the shelter here starting to take shape. It's looking good. We'll keep making progress here, and we'll show you what we got in a couple of minutes. Alright, so the next step here is to take these few sticks that I took and just sharpened off the edge with my knife and stake them around the tarp there on the ground so this tarp kind of stays in, because as you can see it's just kind of dangling there from the line. So yeah, pretty basic. All I did was basically took these and sharpened them. So I'm just going to stake these in the ground here somewhere, hopefully. Find a little spot. Alright, so that's the basic shape there. Like I said, I still got to get a couple more things tightened. This one didn't stay, so I'm going to have to redo this one. And yeah, we'll go from there, but that's a basic shape. And we'll give you a tour here in a minute. It's going to be nice and spacious in there, I can already tell. Yeah, so you can see pretty basic, just staked down, and then the toggles that I showed you earlier, and then the paracord across the top to the other toggle, and then I staked down pretty much each and every one of the tabs here. The whole way around. So, you know, not the prettiest. I could put like a little toggle here and pull it out if I really wanted to, but I think for me and Stella this is plenty of space. So I'm basically going to sleep right about here, and she'll sleep back in there because she's a bit shorter. And yeah, that should be it. Speaking of the Stella, let's see if we can get a look at her. Hey Stella, what you been up to? No, come here. Where are you going? She's running from me. Oh, she's crazy. No, hey, crazy girl, come here. What's up? I think she wants to leave. She wants to keep walking. But Stella, we're staying here tonight. Maybe Stella and I will go for a little walk here in a few minutes. But for now, yeah, it's going to be pretty much it. Turn my other camera off here so we don't waste the battery. And but yeah, I think it's going to be pretty much it for now. So you can see pretty straightforward. The only thing I got to do now is put this tarp on the ground in there. So we're going to sleep on that. I was considering building a raised bed for me to sleep on, but I got here kind of late. It's already 3 o'clock. So probably not going to do that. And I'm going to have to grab a bunch of firewood still. Yeah, you can see there is the, there are the woods. They're all the beautiful colors. Unfortunately, the way the camera looks right now, you don't really get a shot of this in the background. I was hoping to get more color in the background than what you see. But yeah, it's not too bad. It is definitely fall. It's going to be cold here soon. Pretty soon I'll be doing this in the snow. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching me set that up. I know it's kind of pretty basic. I'm sure if you watch these kind of videos on YouTube, you've probably seen that a million times. But yeah, that's what we're going to do tonight. So let's keep going here. And yeah, catch up with you guys in a few minutes. Come here, let's go. Come on, down here, come on. Stop going up the hill, come on. Go girls, there you go. That's where you stay. All right, so yeah, we're just gonna hang out here. I did bring a little bit of a lunch, so I'm probably gonna grab that. Stella's bored already. So yeah, I'm gonna grab some lunch. Just figure I'll give you guys a view from the inside of the hammock, or inside of the hammock, the inside of the shelter, because right now, I gotta say, it is spectacular right now. With the blue skies, the sun coming through the trees, you got all the nice, beautiful colors, especially the yellows right now are fantastic. It's nice and cool, it's comfortable, it's quiet, it's peaceful. This is why I come out here to do these things, you know. And look at that, it's only 2:51. That only took me about an hour from the time I got here until the time this is all set up. So the only thing I have to do now is to get a fire going. You can see there's a couple little fire rings. I'm probably going to take some of those rocks from that fire ring right there and build a little fire ring right here, temporary one. And then tomorrow, whenever I go to leave, I'll dismantle it and throw all the rocks back over there. So that way I can have a fire closer to my shelter. The only thing you got to watch out for here are ticks, the most dangerous creatures in Pennsylvania. So this is definitely tick season in the fall. Seems to be the time I get ticks most often. Same thing with Stella. We find them on Stella more often in the fall than any other time of year. So definitely have to watch out for that. I have treated this tarp, and I've treated this bottom cloth here with permethrin. I think that's how you pronounce it, permethrin. So that should help with the ticks, I'm told. Hey Stella, come here. You never know where she is. Sometimes you just got to give her a Stella, come here. But yeah, I guess that'll be a problem for later, huh? I haven't seen any yet, but I did see one last weekend. I was up here nearby, maybe about 10-15 miles from here, and I was sitting on a log just like this in the woods and looked down, and there was just like two ticks crawling right up my leg. So they are definitely around. I haven't seen any yet, but that is the one downside to sleeping in something like this. So tomorrow morning when I wake up, I will literally check every square inch of my body for ticks. My main concern, of course, is Lyme disease. The ticks themselves aren't really that big of a deal. They pop out. They're gross, really. They're disgusting. I hate them. But like I said, you don't even notice them really. But the big problem I'm worried about, of course, is Lyme disease. But supposedly you can't get Lyme disease until at least 24 hours after you have got a tick bite or a tick embedded in you. So I figure right now it's 2:53 p.m. So I have until 2:53 p.m. tomorrow to remove any engorged ticks before I run a risk of Lyme disease. So yeah, when I wake up, pretty much every couple hours, even, I'm just gonna check myself very, 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 very thoroughly, because, like I said, I definitely don't want to get Lyme disease. And those things are tiny. They're like tiny, tiny, tiny. You can barely see them. And oh man, Stella's crazy. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Stella, you gotta come and run and bring all that stuff in here. Come on. We gotta sleep in here, Stella. Look at all this dirt you just brought in here. I know, you're proud of yourself, huh? Look at that. So proud of yourself. But anyways, that's my tick speech. Ticks, most dangerous creatures in Pennsylvania. Gotta watch out for them. Also watch out for this beast here, because she is wild. Huh. What's up, Stella? And there she goes. I don't think she likes this camera. Extreme close up. Extreme. Oh man. I love bringing Stella on these things. She can be a pain sometimes, but she brings a lot of enjoyment too. The wild beast. Anyways, that's the update for now. We'll catch up with you here in a bit. So here we are. We were hanging out in the shelter for a bit, me and Stella. She took a nap. She's feeling much better, and the plan for now is going to be to build a little bit of a fire ring here. Like I said, this is a developed site, obviously. There's a couple fire rings already, but none that were close enough to these two trees for my liking. And so because I want to sit at my shelter and have the fire, I'm going to put the fire there. So I'm going to do it about a decent way. It's not cold tonight, so I don't need it for warmth. So we're going to go, one really good step away. And I'm going to go a little bit off center. I think I'm actually going to put it like right about here, I think. And that way it's a little bit off away from my tarp too. And like I said, I'm not really looking forward to this for some warmth. I don't need it for warmth here at all. What I really need it for is to cook my steak on. I'm not even sure how long I'm going to leave it go for. Depends on how much firewood I find, I guess. But my guess is I'm probably going to get just enough firewood to cook a steak and maybe enjoy a little bit of the evening. But I expect that once it gets dark, I will probably just read a book by my headlamp for a while. So I'm not sure how much fire we'll have, but we'll see. Anyways, let's start getting this built here for now. Like I said, let's probably do it right about here. Set these two here on the ground. Turn that sideways. Alright, so here is the finished product here. You can see it's just going to be a little thing. I even put two little rocks up there so I could get the grill on. Like I said, I'm going to cook a couple steaks here tonight. I think the next thing I'm going to do, I got two more main chores for the night. One is going to be firewood, which is going to be a pain because everything's kind of wet, and because this is a, like I said, a developed site, so my guess is there's not going to be any easy firewood within walking distance. So we're going to look around. I already kind of see a few small pieces maybe here and there. So yeah, that's going to be the first thing, is getting some firewood. And then the second thing is going to be doing the bear bag. So I'm going to hang a bear bag tonight and put my food and garbage and everything in it. Just in case, probably not far. I'm not even sure where I'm going to put it. Considering going up there and looking for both firewood and a spot for my bear bag. I mean, there is actually a branch right there that would be nice on that hillside, but I don't know if I want it to be that close. You're supposed to be 100 yards away. It's definitely not 100 yards. Well, it's actually, might be close, but no, it's probably like 50 yards away. So yeah, that's the update for now. Got a basic little fire ring going here, and yeah, just feeling good. So yeah, maybe we'll go see if we can't find a bear bag, because Stella looks like she wants to go exploring. So I think I've showed you guys this before, me hanging a bear bag. I'm not real sure, but I will, if not, I will show you guys here in a few minutes. All right, so I'm thinking about a bear bag here, and my initial plan was to maybe put it over there, but the problem with this time of year is that I have to, like, I'm going to hang the bag now, and then I'm going to hang, or I'm sorry, I'm going to hang the line now, but I'm not going to hang the food until later on this evening. And it's going to be, definitely going to be dark by then. It gets dark about 7 o'clock this time of year. So yeah, I'm probably not going to want to hang the food until about 9, maybe even 10, right? So I got to think to myself, am I going to want to walk up the side of that hill, cross this creek, and then wander to what God knows where to get my bear bag hung? Or would I prefer to hang it somewhere closer and easier to get to? But then, of course, run the risk that if a bear does show up, he'll be closer to me. So to be honest with you, I'm not really worried about bears here at all. I've never seen really any signs of bears here. Mostly this isn't even for bears, this is for other animals, to be honest with you, but I'm always thinking about bears, of course. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is, if I don't see anything like right at the top of that hill, I'm going to probably put it either over there. There's a nice spot right there. Or I'm going to put it over that. I mean, there is one right there on the top of the hill. I guess I could always use that one. It does at least give me this creek between me and the bear too. The other potential is that I walk up to where the trail is and look around there. So I'm going to go scout out, and let me see if I can't figure out where to put this. And then we're going to string it up, and I will show you guys very briefly the process for that. So yes, I will be with you momentarily. All right, so I think we have found our spot. There's this tree that kind of overhangs right over the top of the trail. And to be honest with you, that's my ideal spot, is right either on or next to the trail. Hey Stella, come here. The reason for that is, like I said, I'm gonna have to hang this bag at night, and it's going to be dark, and so I'd like it to be somewhere easy to follow and find at night, you know, so I don't get lost, so I don't trip on some rocks or something. Speaking of rocks, where did I put my throw rock? Oh, here it is. Right there. You don't want to lose your throw rock. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to try to throw it over there. I'm not sure how strong that tree is, so I'm going to throw it over and we're going to do a little bit of testing. The good news is I have like no food at all, so it's really like no weight really, so a little bit of pulling on it should be fine. And yeah, I think I'm gonna hang it up there. It's good. It's at least it's a good 100 yards from my campsite, and like it's way up on this hill, so I feel pretty good about it. So yeah, the process is pretty simple. I'm not gonna show the whole thing because I didn't bring my big tripod, but basically I'm just gonna tie the rock to the end of that rope, and then I'm gonna throw the rock over that branch, and then I'm gonna grab the other side and I'm gonna tie the two sides together and throw it off the side of the trail. And then later on this evening, I'm going to take one of those ends that are tied off to there on the ground and tie the bag to it and then string it up in the tree. So once I get it up there, I'll show you. It'll make a little more sense. But basically for now, I'm just going to take that rock that you see right there, and I'm going to tie it on the end of that rope that you see swinging around right there. And then we're going to throw it over the tree. And then I will update you guys on the rest. I'm pretty sure you guys know this. It's a bear bag. It's pretty simple. But for those of you that don't, I figured I would show you. All right, so you can see here, pretty straightforward. Here's the one end of the rope. Here's the other end of the rope with the rock still tied on. And I basically just threw it up over the tree branch there. I'm not sure if you can see it on the GoPro. And that's all the process for now. So the hard part is actually just finding the location and getting the string up like this. And now what I'm gonna do is untie this, and then I'm gonna tie these two ends together, basically like this right here. Just like tie a little knot, like kind of like you see where my hand is here. And what that does, that just keeps the two ends from one of them blowing over or something. That way I don't have to worry about it. And I know that when I come up here tonight, both lines will be ready to go. And yeah, we'll be all good. I'm not sure where I'm going to tie it off to. I'm probably going to have to tie it off to that log right there on the ground. So we'll have to do that later. But yeah, that's it. Pretty much all I got to do now is get a bunch of firewood and start getting ready for a fire. And actually, now that I think about it, I'm standing up here. I actually see a nice little spot over there. That there might be some, looks like there's a big dead tree on the ground over there. So maybe I can get myself some firewood. But yeah, we'll talk about firewood here in a minute. Let me get this hung up here. All right, and that is a finished product for now. And like I said, I do this during the day because it's much easier to do it in daylight. But yeah, it's basically, you can see, real simple little loose knot here. That's just to keep the two ends together. And then I tuck it off that log out of the way so it's off the trail, so people walking by, it's not in the way. But it's convenient for me to come and get to tonight whenever I'm ready to hang my food. So should be good to go. All right, so I actually found myself a nice dead tree. It's on the ground here, and it's stuck up in the air under some nice dense pine. So I bet that's actually pretty dry. So I'm going to go back and grab my saw here and axe, and I'm going to cut that up a little bit. Like I said, I'm not allowed to cut anything that's still standing. So anything that's laying on its side is free game, which that clearly is sitting on its side. So that is good news. It's not too far from my camp. Might even be able to see the bear bag line here. So yeah, let's go do that. Let's go get the saw, and we're going to cut that up a little bit and get some firewood. All right, so yeah, we are back at camp here. There's a tired Stella. I just showed you guys hanging up the bear bag, which is just out of view up over that hill. And then I think I showed you guys the start of me getting some firewood. So I came back and grabbed my saw and cut up some wood. Like I said, it's all stuff I found lying on the ground. Some of it's better than others. I think I'm probably gonna have to get a bit more, just because I think some of it's gonna be wet. And most of the super dry stuff is all pretty small. Like that big log on the bottom, as it gets thicker, it gets more wet. So I'm probably gonna have to find at least a bit more wood, but that should at least give me enough to cook my steak on, which is really all I'm looking for tonight. Let's get my actual microphone on. By the way, there's something making a whole lot of noise over there in the woods. Some kind of bird, I think. You guys hear that? Right there. It don't like me. It's okay, I like you, bird. You don't like me, but I like you. Let me show you guys what I got food-wise here. First of all, you guys can see that I started to cut up some of the firewood. And what I've learned is I'm going to have to get a lot more firewood. But actually, I don't think I'm actually going to, because I don't really care about a fire. I'm happy to sit in the woods at night with my headlamp and read a book. Alright, so yeah, I got a little bit of a fire started here. You can see I'm definitely going to need to get a ton more firewood. That's going to not do anything for me. But I just need to cook the steak right now. So the problem is those steaks are still frozen. So I put them up there kind of out of the way. Hopefully they'll, you know, getting them out of the package, getting them apart from each other, getting them spaced out. And right next to the fire, we'll start to thaw them out. But I'm thinking I'm going to have to go get a lot more firewood because it might take longer than I thought to do that, unfortunately. So yeah, that's the status for now. Once I get those on the grill, maybe I'll give you guys a shot of that. Look at that pretty face right there. She's so tired, and she really wants to eat that. That's like a meat popsicle for Stella. She's all about that, but obviously she's gonna have to wait. But she's a good girl. Look at her being patient. All right, so we have just put the steaks on here, and yeah, it's like I said, they're still pretty frozen, unfortunately. But I'm hoping that if I just keep flipping them, and I'm hoping that they're far enough up off the fire, although right now the flames are kind of shooting up, that, yeah, it won't burn it too bad, but whatever. At this point, I gotta eat it, so it don't matter. Now for the moment that you and Stella have been waiting for. Come here, Stella. There you go. Stella doesn't even enjoy her steak, by the way. Just munch, 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 munch. Don't need to leap there, Stella. Alright, so it's getting to be dark here, and yeah, we're just hanging out here, got a little bit of a fire going. Decided I'm definitely not going to get some more firewood. I'm just going to burn what I can that I collected and call it a night. I expect that once here in a couple hours, probably about 8:30, 9 o'clock. I should have enough. I'll probably have enough fire to have a little fire till then. Nothing, no rager or anything. And then about 8:30, 9 o'clock, I would expect I'll probably put my headlamp on. I got a little book to read, so I'm just gonna lay here and do that with Stella next to me. And yeah, it should be a night. She should sleep well. She's been running around like crazy. Got a little bit of whiskey here, as you might imagine. And yeah, I got this mostly because it came in a plastic bottle. It was small and it was cheap. But actually it's pretty good. I had a little bit earlier, so it's not too bad for small, cheap whiskey. But yeah, that's about it for the night. It's got some garbage and food here. Like I said, later on this evening, I'll wander back up to the bear bag that I hung earlier, and we'll hang all that stuff from a tree. The rest of my stuff is over there. I'll put it in my backpack before I go to bed, just so it's all in one place. And then I'll probably put the backpack over there on that tree, just so it leans up against it. Mostly so yeah, so I can keep an eye on it, I guess. And that's about it. It's going to be hopefully an uneventful evening here. It's been pretty quiet so far in the woods. Hoping it stays that way. Just going to sit here and drink some whiskey and enjoy the fire and enjoy Stella for a bit. Enjoy the peace and quiet of the woods. And hopefully later on this evening I'll catch up with you guys and show you guys my sleeping spot here, at least when I'm all tucked in. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a good day. It's been fun. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching it, and yeah, I'll catch up with you guys shortly. Alright, so it is officially nighttime here. Stella is asleep behind me. She's sleeping on her sleeping pad with the wool blanket around her, so she is nice and comfy. I'd show you guys that, but it's pretty hard to see at night here, as you might expect, seeing that it's dark. And here in a few minutes, I'm going to take my smelly items, my food and everything, and I'm going to go hang it from the tree where I hung that line earlier. This is why, by the way, I like to keep it somewhere where it's easy to find. I'm glad I didn't put it way up there because the thought of having to walk up there right now is pretty unmotivating. So the thought that I can walk down the trail for my bear bag is key. So yeah, if you're gonna hang a bear bag in the woods, definitely make it accessible somewhere where you can walk easily at night. So it should be a nice peaceful night. It's been super quiet in the woods all day, and hopefully be super quiet tonight. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the morning. Good night, everybody. Good morning, Stellas. And good morning, me. Here I am on a beautiful fall morning. I survived the night. I gotta be honest with you, I didn't sleep super well. So I survived the night. Though if I'm being honest with you, I didn't sleep that great, really. It's a lot more slanted than I thought it was on this ground here. And I kept rolling down the hill. Although this beast was a pretty good girl. She didn't complain, she didn't cry, she snuggled up pretty good, huh? This was us last night, just like this. Cuddle her, cuddle her, cuddle her, cuddle her. That's what we were doing. But it wasn't so bad. I stayed warm. I stayed dry, but of course it didn't rain or anything, so if it would have rained, I would have had to have reconfigured the shelter because it's pretty open. Oh man. Yeah, it's just morning here from day 2. How beast. But she was a good girl. Oh, you want to attack me? Oh, she wants to eat me. Oh, she wants to eat me. Oh, she wants to eat me. Oh, the still wants to eat me. I think someone's ready for her breakfast. Oh, who's a pretty Stella Closeup? Oh, I love the Stella Closeup. Oh, I love the Stella Closeup. Oh, I love the Stella Closeup so much. Oh, she wants some pets. Oh, the Stellas. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of bed here in a few minutes and go get our food and maybe start eating some breakfast and packing all this stuff up. Oh, who's a big boss? All right. But yeah, day number 2 here. First night was a success. Oh, you're so crazy. Oh, you're so crazy. Oh, you're so crazy. Oh, you want to eat me, huh? Oh, you want to eat me, huh? Oh, you want to eat me? All right. Stella's still looking for some leftover steak, huh? All right, let's go see if we can't get our food out of the tree. Like I said, this is one of those things that's hard for me to show you guys because it's I do it at night when it's dark, and I really need to get some kind of camera that works better at night because it's like impossible for people to see when I film at night. But Stella's excited. I think Stella kind of understands what the bear bag is too. Or maybe she just wants to walk on the trail some more. Yeah, you can see there's our food bag hanging up there. It survived. So yeah, we're gonna get that done. We're gonna feed Stella. And then I'm gonna probably start packing. Yeah. I'd like to get back to my house as early as I could today. Got a lot of stuff to do. So that is the plan. But yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys. It's been fun. I'll probably do at least one more check-in on the way out. But yeah, this is the next morning. And I gotta say, it's a beautiful fall morning. Maybe a bit crisp. But waking up and looking out and seeing those nice yellow colors here was a good time. All right, the Stella with her breakfast. And I figured I'm about to start tearing down the shelter here. I figured I'd give you guys one more look at it here. And to be honest with you, if I was going to do this again, well, actually, if I was going to do this exact setup, I gotta keep it the same. But if it was going to rain, I'd want to lower the roof part a little bit, the ridge line there, the orange ridge line that goes across. Definitely would have wanted to lower that. If it would have rained last night, I would have got wet. So I would have wanted the ridge line lower, and I might have even gone out another tab along the top, give myself more of a roof. Because yeah, you can see I have a lot more space back here in the back. So that whole part that's flat against the ground there is basically unused space. Now I could take this and like pin it out more and give myself some more room, of course. But with just me and Stella, I didn't really need all that. So if it was gonna rain, I would utilize that space by lowering the ridge line, tightening everything up, keeping it a little bit lower to the ground, and giving myself more of a roof. And I wouldn't have left it straight out. I would have kind of flattened it down a little bit. So I think that would have kept me dry. But like I said, I knew it was supposed to be a perfectly clear night last night, so I wasn't really thinking about water or rain whenever I did it. And it worked out because it was nice. But yeah, I think it's going to be about the end of the video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching it. It's been a good time out here in the woods, Western Pennsylvania in October. And like I said, this is like peak fall season, as you guys can see. So hope you guys have enjoyed watching the video. And thank you for clicking on it. And I'll see you guys next time. And no worry, guys. I did, in fact, clear the fire ring like I said I would. Until next time.